We're going to give you a 68-1 winner. We're going to go over head-to-head matchups, some Draftkings Darlings, and some big-name players that I think can trip you up this week. Welcome, everyone, to the 2026 Valero Texas Open. I am your host, Andy. Yann is not joining us this week because he was informed that he is going to a film screening of a movie that lasts way longer than he had anticipated. So we're going to get right into it, but I promise he'll be back next week for the Masters. But we got a nice tune-up week here going into next week. And 3-1 on official best bets. We lost our big one. Thank God all the other ones hit, and we ended up turning a profit. So we're feeling really good. We got to do tails from the courtesy tent. These are the worst shots and the worst moments from the golf week, and it may be in bad taste, but by far the number one tales from the courtesy tent has got to be Tiger Woods flipping yet another vehicle. I've talked to Dan, I've talked to Yann about this. I don't think any of us know anyone that has flipped a vehicle, let alone flipped the vehicle multiple times. And just to make it even better, Tiger has come out and said that he wrecked because he was looking at his phone at the time of his crash. Apparently the phone made him going 80 miles an hour through a residential neighborhood. So Tiger Woods, thank God nobody got hurt, but my God, somebody take this man's license away. All right, back to actual golf shots. Holy cow, Chris Ventura. Oh man, poor Chris Ventura. He was 60 feet away from the hole on his second shot, and he took a 10. It took him 8 shots to get there. That's just one of those, like, you just want to walk off the course, right? Throw your clubs in the lake. But Chris Ventura sadly misses the cut, taking a 10 on a par 4. We'll do that to you. So that is tails from the courtesy tent. All right, we move to the one and done. Last week, I had Steven Yeager. He got some points for us. Yann had Ryan Fox, who inexplicably missed the cut in horrible fashion. So this is a tricky week. What do you do the week before a major? I'm rolling the dice. I'm going with Jordan Spieth. He's been top 12 in 3 out of his last 4 tournaments. He's playing surprisingly consistent, but he's finished 10th and 12th the last 2 years here, so he's okay. Playing with confidence the week before major. Doesn't seem like he's distracted. And sixth best total strokes gained in the field, and he's plus strokes gained in every category. So this is not like he, in the past where he's dependent on these long putts and long chips. He's playing well across the board and not a very good field. So it wouldn't surprise me to see Jordan Spieth near the top. All right, let's go to the total strokes gained, and we can pull up the website, and I'm going to go back and set the time frame just from the beginning of the year. We can kind of see who's number one total strokes gained. It's going to be Russell Henley, Hideki Matsuyama, Siwoo Kim, who his putting has actually gotten better the last couple of weeks, but he's still not even over the last month. But we'll get to Siwoo Kim a little bit later. Robert McIntyre. Ober, I think you could probably say, has the biggest upside at this point. Right now, he's one of 2 golfers that have finished top 6 in his last 2 tournaments. We'll get to the other one a little bit later. But Maverick McNeely, Ricky Fowler, I'm calling Fowler on him this week. I'm so done with Ricky Fowler. Kind of interesting that Tommy Fleetwood is this far down. He's got some good finishes, but putting over the course of the year has not been good. It's gotten better recently. So that's going to be your total strokes gained going into this week. And again, you just got to have to wonder what's Colin Morikawa's what's his plan for this week? He's slated to play. Is he going to try and play all 4 rounds? Is he just going to test the back out? Last time we saw him, he couldn't make it through the round without a back. That was about 3 weeks ago. So some of these bigger name guys, you do have to wonder what their motivation level is. All right, let's go over the course preview. This is the Valero Open. They play this at the Oaks course at TPC San Antonio. You do have to be long off the tee to set yourself up for some shorter iron shots. But you got to be careful because this rough can be pretty penal. The greens have lots of tiers in them, so you have to hit the right part of the green Where the pin is one day compared to where it is the next day, you're aiming at a completely different part on the green. So players got to be long and accurate off the tee. You bring in natural hazards, native areas, difficult recovery angles, things like that. Also, weather is always an issue here. Is it going to rain? Is it going to be windy? I'm recording this on Tuesday afternoon, and thunderstorms are possible on Thursday morning, high winds on Friday afternoon. Could be a little chaotic, but as long as we don't get thunderstorms, they should be able to play. What will throw this tournament into a wrench is if there's thunder and lightning in the area on Thursday and everything gets delayed and moved up. So I would say you probably want a Thursday afternoon, Friday morning tee time, but in Texas, of course, everything can change. So if it's calm conditions, this course, it's still a little bit tough, but these guys are so good. But if the wind really kicks up and you get a front moving in, it can make this course pretty difficult. So, all right, let's move to players that can trip you up. Last week, we had Scheffler, Knapp, and Burns as our players that could trip you up. Scheffler obviously withdrew. Knapp played great, finished 6th. Burns finished 21st, and he was a top 6 guy price-wise, so I feel like we did pretty good on that one. So first player is Siwoo Kim. He's being priced as a top 5 option this week, and I don't buy it. Putting has been barely even over the last 30 days. That's a major concern on a course that you're going to have to putt. You're going to putt everywhere, but he's just been bailed out on other parts of his game. He finished 50th in his last start, and he missed the cut here last year. So at this price, you're just paying for the upside, and I'm not sure it's there. So Siwoo Kim is definitely not going to make my cards. I mentioned Ricky Fowler earlier, and I think I'm done with him. I think he threw us off the scent with his start to the season. The recent form says not so much. 46 and miscut his last 2 starts. Approach play has collapsed. His irons are minus 0.55 strokes gained over that stretch. He's not very long off the tee. I just don't think his game adds up really well. He'll finishes of 30th and missed cut here the last 2 years. He's priced as a top 13 golfer. Way too aggressive. I think he's a trap this week. And it was awesome to see him win, but Gary Woodland, I'm not buying into Gary Woodland here. So what an emotional roller coaster that guy has been on. I'm finding it hard that he can string together 2 insanely great weeks of golf here with the win, with as much as it takes out of you energy-wise. But 2 really strong statistical performances, plus 1.12 putting and plus 1.21 on approach. He's a long hitter in the field, but the form is pretty volatile. Before these last 2 tournaments, he had 4 missed cuts, a 64th and a 72nd. So he finished 40th here last year. He's a great story, but I am not very confident. I think a lot of people are going to buy in. Oh, Gary Woodland. But no, back-to-back weeks, I'm not buying it. So Siwoo Kim, Ricky Fowler, and Gary Woodland, 3 golfers that I think can trip you up. All right, we move to top 10 or missed cut. I picked Harry Hall last week, and he finished 27th, so I didn't get that one right. But I've got Austin Smotherman dialed in here. This guy has 5 missed cuts, a 13th, an 8th, and a 2nd as his finishes this year. So when he's good, he's really, really good. When he's bad, he doesn't see the weekend. So Austin Smotherman is going to be my top 10 or missed cut. We moved to head-to-heads. Last week, good head-to-heads for the show. I had Harris English over Ben Griffin. That was a win. And we had Thorbjornsen over Lowry. Barely got there, but it did win. Lowry played better than we thought, but Thorbjornsen did good. I'm going right back to Thorbjornsen. I'm taking him over Ricky Fowler. If I don't believe Ricky Fowler is going to improve his iron play, then I think Thorbjornsen is easily going to finish ahead of him. So the best part of this one is plus money. So you're looking at total strokes gained over the course of the season. Fowler's ahead of him. You look at him the last few weeks, it's Thorbjornsen all day long. So those are going to be that's going to be my head-to-head matchup this week. All right, top finishers. Last week, my long shot of Alejandro Tosti was toasted. That was DOA, dead on arrival. And then Brooks Koepka I had as a top 20. He was awful. I saw somebody say something about his putters letting him down. Well, he also hit 3 balls in the water on Thursday. That'll do it for you. And then on Friday, he was just so unmotivated. He knew there was no way he could make the cut. It was just a blah around. So try to get back to the winning ways this week. And I've got Russell Henley top 20 circled. Top 20, including ties on DraftKings, is minus 124. Top 20 in 5 out of the 6 tournaments this year. 4th here 2 years ago. He did not play last year, but he's number 1 in the field in total strokes gained. And I just need him to get a top 20 finish. This is the kind of course that Henley manages well. Hits the ball in the fairway, hits it on the green, takes a couple birdies, manages the course well, and doesn't have any bogeys. So Russell Henley, a top 20, including ties in this field, seems like a pretty good play. And then FanDuel has Will Zalatoris to miss the cut at plus 124. He did not play since the Farmers Open, which was it started on January 29th. He took 7 weeks off, and then he played last week and missed the cut. I fear that Will Zalatoris may just never get back to what he was before or reach his potential. He had very serious back issues, and it just does not seem like it's getting better. I haven't seen an injury, but when you take 7 weeks off as a pro golfer, come back and miss the cut, I think he's going to try and tune up a little bit for the Masters, but I don't see the motivation for him. I don't think he's healthy. I don't think his swing is that good. And he's really, really struggling. It's too bad because, man, when he came on, we burst onto the scene, was like, holy cow, this guy's going to be winning majors for a decade. And just haven't seen it. So I can get plus money on Will Zalatoris to miss the cut. Hate to see it from Zalatoris, but this is a business, and this is us trying to make money. So plus money sounds not bad. We're going to get to the outright winner and then DraftKings Darlings, but do want to tell you we do have our special. It's every week. Buy 7 days of golf for just $25. You get all of our plays. Yann and I had a nice 3.5 to 4 unit profit last week, so it was really good. That included losing our big play, but we hit a daily. We hit a couple pre-tournament bets. You get every single play from every single tour. Yann had a really nice hit on the DP World Tour. So all of that is over at wagertalk.com. If you're interested in all sports, I would highly recommend the buy 3 days, get 3 free. That's going to get you all sports and all percentages. We've got 4% plays galore, and the 4% plays have been absolutely cooking this year, 72 and 40 on those. We've got a 4% darts play that goes off on Thursday. You'll get all of our golf plays. You'll get all of our UFC plays. You get all of our lacrosse plays, tennis plays, every single sport, MLB, NBA, NHL. It's a big, big time of year, and we're getting ready for the Masters next week. But when you get 3 days, buy 3 days, get 3 days free. That's over at wt.buzz/AL. Having a really nice year, up around that 35 unit mark in profit. Looking to close out March really strong and get April off to a good start. All right, let's do an outright winner. Mentioned it in the open, 68-1. Sudarshan Yelamaraju, I believe is how you pronounce his name. This is my outright winner pick for the week. I mentioned that there were 2 golfers in the field that have finished top 6 in their last 2 tournaments. Ludwig Aubert is one of them, and Yelamarju. Sorry. Y'all can let me have it in the comments section. I'm fine for butchering that name. I deserve it. But yeah, he's 68-1. He has finished 5th and 6th in his last 2 tournaments, and the numbers are astounding. Last 3 weeks, plus 1.05 putting and plus 1.92 tee to green. You keep up those stats at this tournament, you are going to be in the top 5. So look for Sudarshan at 68-1, and hopefully he's just in the mix. Just be in the top 10 come Sunday, and we'll sweat out a 68-1 ticket. So, all right, DraftKings Darlings. Brooks Koepka was the lone bummer last week, but we still were able to cash. I entered a free contest, and I think 4 different paid ones. Yeah, so we lost one paid one, and we hit in 3 others. So nice profitable week. I was a little worried when Brooks Koepka missed the cut, but we did not have Ricky Fowler in the lineup, and I know that tanked a lot of lineups as well. So hopefully we cash again this week. And as always, our article is up at wagertalk.com. Just click on the news tab at the top right, and you'll see the full article with the course breakdown, players that can trip you up write-ups, as well as DraftKings Darlings write-up. But those of you that have watched the show all year, first off, thank you. And You know damn well John Perry is going to be in our lineup. John Perry at 7,200. He just keeps making cuts. He did it again last week. Perfect 11 for 11 run on made cuts. It's a weaker field with guys looking forward to next week's Masters. And I really, truly believe in this. A guy like John Perry, with everyone's looking, not everyone in this field is playing the Masters next week, but a lot of the bigger name guys are. This is such a great tournament for some of these guys to try and get some good FedEx Cup points or get a good payday. Like you see these tournaments right before the major where the bigger name guys are looking ahead to next week. Some of these guys like John Perry, this is their week to shine, man. So he's got big motivation here. So I'm looking for Perry to make another cut and get weekend points. Tom Kim, this is another guy that keeps making cuts, 7,200. He just keeps cashing tickets, made all 8 cuts this season. Putting has been the only real weakness. His approach play, driving accuracy have been really, really good. So profile well, and we need these DraftKings Darlings to get us weekend points. I think Tom Kim can. I'm pretty surprised at Tony Finau's price to close out DraftKings Darlings, 7,400. It feels underpriced given his recent form. 5 straight made cuts. Finishes of 39th and 18th in his last 2 starts. He made the cut here last year. Driving accuracy is the concern. He's got to clean that up, especially here. It hasn't been sharp, but his irons and putting have been trending really well. So if he keeps the ball in play off the tee, he's got clear top 20 upside. So Tony Finau will be the last DraftKings Darlings. And as always, go click on that news tab and you can see my full DraftKings lineup. I've already submitted this in several contests over at DraftKings. All right, that's going to do it for us. Hit the like button. You guys know I love reading the comments below. Give me who your one and done is. Give me a best bet that you got, and let's buckle up and get ready for next week. We're blowing it out next week with a big show, so make sure you guys tune in. Myself and Yann will be breaking that down, see if we can pick a winner for who wins the green jacket this year. Good luck on all your bets. We'll see everyone next week. Take care.